What's up, guys? How's it all going, guys? Today we're going to be talking about the diagonal support and resistance, correct? Understanding that how much you place it, how exactly do you identify diagonal support and resistance, and diagonal support and resistance is also basically exactly the same thing horizontal support and resistance. The only difference is diagonal, correct? Basically, let's get into the chart and let's just see what's the reason diagonal resistance works and what's the psychological point of it. Okay, let's just get in the chart. Basically, guys, diagonal support and resistance, like you guys saw already, is basically sideways up, correct? Sideways up. But the thing is, the difference between diagonal support and resistance and horizontal support and resistance, the thing is, there is no difference, guys. Diagonal is upwards. Horizontal is like that, diagonal is like that. The concept is exactly the same, and the psychological state is why it works is also exactly the same. Like logically read, you'll see that what I read, if you look at my horizontal support and resistance and what I also wrote there for diagonal support and resistance, is going to be the same. Let's quickly have a read. You'll see it's exactly the same words what I put there because the concept stays the same. We just changed a little bit to the upside. Rather than being flat, we change a little to the upside. Let's go have a read. Support is the price level at which demand is thought to be strong enough to prevent the price from declining further, correct? Then basically, rather than having a horizontal, we just have a diagonal, correct? That zone, that zone right there is known as support. Every time when it comes to that price, that's a good deal situation. We as investors and traders, we all want to buy when it comes to that price point, because we know psychologically that's a very good price point where 10 to 1 going to go up. That's why we want to take that position, correct? Let's read further quickly. As the price declines towards support, which it means it gets cheaper, buyers become more included to buy and sellers become less included to sell. Because why do you want to sell your, let's say gold, for example, you can use commodity gold when the price is so cheap? Why do you want to sell? You want to hold on it. I'd rather buy. A lot of people, less sellers, a lot of buyers, because the price point is starting to get good. It's getting cheaper. I'm interested. I want to buy some. Correct? That's how it makes a lot of sense if you just understand the concept. Correct? Let's just have a read further. By the time the price reaches the support level, it is believed that demand will overcome supply and prevent the price from falling below support. It's very the same as horizontal support and resistance, correct? What's happening at this very moment, demand is getting greater and greater because people want to buy when the price comes down, correct? And that's why demand overpowers supply, because when it's expensive, and I'll show you guys now in a moment, when it's expensive, there's a lot of supply, there's a lot of gold, but little people want to buy the gold. That's why the demand is low. But now because the price is so cheap, there's only so much gold. There's only, for example, so much gold, but everyone wants that gold because the price is affordable. The price is how can I say, the price is attractive. Correct? Now everyone wants that gold. Now that's why the price of that thing going to go up, because there's only so much of that, and that's why the demand gets on that, because it's affordable, it's attractive, and it's a good deal. And that's why by support the psychological price point where people want to buy because they believe it's a good deal, and it is a good deal, correct? Let's go further down. Resistance is exactly the opposite. Resistance is the price level at which selling is thought to be strong enough to prevent the price from rising further. Then basically, when we start getting to resistance, we know the market came up peaking out at that point. We know that it's expensive. The demand is dying, and the supply is starting to get bigger and bigger. Then after a while, you have so much gold, but it's so little demand. The price is going to drop. It's overvalued. It's too expensive. The price is going to drop. And a lot of people start selling, correct? As the price advances towards resistance, sellers become more included to sell, and buyers become less included to buy. That means, why do you want to buy when it's not attractive? When the price is so high, it's not attractive. People won't buy a real estate property when the price is sky high, We want good deals, we want low, and that's why there won't be any people, there will be very little people what will be buying at that specific price point. But once we understand the concept, it's very easy. It's very easy then. We just need to understand the concept. We just need to understand the psychological point behind it. Correct? Let's have a quick read further. Okay, by the time the price reaches the resistance level, it is believed that supply will overcome demand and prevent the price from rising above resistance. Basically, literally the opposite is happening. There's so much of apples or gold, but there's so little demand because the people say the price is too expensive. Let the price come down, then I'll buy. And a lot of people say the demand is not there, but the supply is there. So much of the gold, but no one's buying that gold. And guys, it's very simple. Resistance means not good deal. Price is too expensive, it's going to fall, correct? And that's how it looks like. Now I also want to tell you guys, I'm using zones the whole time. Zones, resistance and support, correct? Then that means in that zone, I know resistance in that zone. But we can also use trend lines. Just normal trend lines to see, okay, in that zone, in that trend line, there our resistance is, and there's our support, correct? But let's quickly go to the chart and let's just quickly have a look at real data, what we see. And guys, I also want to tell you guys also another thing is that the chart and that picture, what you see right there, that picture is very pretty. Here's a small zigzags all over, but that's pretty. The chart is not. The chart is not a pretty picture, but the concept stays the same. And once we know the concept, we can apply it to the chart. But let me quickly go to the chart. Let me show you guys. Okay, guys, as you guys can see, like I told you, chart is not so pretty. You can see we have some high points there, correct? You can see we have some high points there, correct? That's what I say. The chart is not so pretty as what we have right there, correct? You can see we barely broke out, correct? But you do get some nice setups, it's very pretty. But I want you guys to understand the concept and stuff behind it, correct? You guys, and that's why that's the support. Let me quickly take it out. That is resistance, correct? Support and resistance. Now we know psychologically price is going to turn around by support. Not every time. You can see we just broke the structure, correct? You can see at this moment right there, we just broke the structure, correct? We just broke the structure. Not every time, but understanding that we have an edge in the game then. But understanding that every time price came to that specific zone, it got rejected and pulled up. Every time the price got to that specific zone, we got rejected and pulled up. Every time that price got to the specific zone, we got rejected and pulled up. The only difference is, guys, rather than having a horizontal support and resistance, for example, rather than having, I want to show you guys that quickly. Rather than having something like that, let me show you guys quickly. Rather than having horizontal, we're just having diagonal. That's the only difference. But the concept stays exactly the same. Everything, all the rules, everything is exactly the same, guys. Everything is exactly the same. I just couldn't want to take it away, but everything is exactly the same. At this very moment, you can see how the market is supporting the diagonal support and resistance, correct? And now I just want to show you guys how to identify, how to, like I told you guys in the previous video, when I started, I did not know where to put support and resistance, especially diagonal, correct? Am I doing it right? I don't know if I'm doing it wrong or right. What about that? What about that support? What about that support? Am I doing it right? Am I doing it right? Now we're going to show you how to identify how to do it properly, how to identify that you are doing it right, correct? And to be quite honest with you, the same concept I gave you guys with horizontal support resistance, I'm going to give you guys a diagonal. Let's have a count. You guys watch my previous video, you guys knows what I mean about count. Let's take it away. First we see that we got no idea what you're looking at, correct? Let me take all my stuff away. First we see that. Now how do you identify if you are pulling diagonal support and resistance zones right? How do we know how to even pull it? Where do you pull it? How do you do it? Let's do that. My easiest thing what I ever did, and I can show you guys, is what I did with horizontal. Just quickly do that. Okay, let's go have a look at it then. Okay, how do we know if you're at the low point or high point? How can you start identifying? Okay, we look at that whole picture, correct? We're not focusing on that specific level, that specific. We first have a look at the whole picture. Just that. That's all we look at. We don't care what happened in the past. I'm not going to go in the past and say, okay, that's how you do it. We just look at that picture. You can take all of it else away. We're just going to focus on that specific picture. Everything in the blue circle, we're just going to focus on, nothing else. Now we need to, in the blue circle, identify what's the highest point and what the lowest points when it was trending in the upward trend. We need to identify that right now. And then now we're going to do it. That's our low point. We're going to take the blue line away. That's our low point, correct? We know that's the lowest point, correct? And there's our high point, correct? How do we know it? Because like I told you guys, the mountain, we only take high points and low points when the market turned around, where the market changed direction. And as you guys can see, did the market change direction there? The market changed direction there? No, the market did not change direction. We want to take place where the market changed direction, correct? And if I guys can show you also like that, if you have to put a line like that, the market changed direction, correct? That's not a very pretty one. I do apologize for that one. But the market did not change direction, correct? Sorry. Excuse me. The market did change direction. Sorry. Apologize for that one. The market did change direction, correct? They broke to the downside, correct? And let's do another one. That's not a very nice one. But that one is. Let's do that one quickly. Have a look at that quickly. Have a look at that one quickly. Where did the market change direction? What was the main turnaround where the market changed direction? You guys can see the market broke. Where was the main turnaround where the market changed direction, correct? We know automatically right now the market has changed direction right there. That was the main point where the market changed direction. Right there the market showed me change of direction, correct? Right at that specific point the market showed me change of direction, correct? And that's the thing. That's why I can identify where the market has changed direction, correct? And that's another thing that's awesome. The low points, where the market changed direction. The market was the whole time down, correct? Like you guys can see. You have to have a look at that. The market was the whole time, the market was trending in a downhill trend, correct? Only right around that zone we changed direction. We confirmed the change direction. Now, like I told you, I want to only have the highs and lows where the market has changed direction. I don't want to have the high and lows right there. I don't care about that. That's so irrelevant. I don't worry about so much. Okay, that's a part of the direction has changed, but just I don't care about that. I care about where the market has changed direction in big time frame. And we see at this very moment in the big picture, the market has changed direction right around that specific zone, correct? We know the market has changed direction there, correct? And that's why that will be our next low. Let me quickly take my low again. That will be our next low, correct? Because we know the market has changed direction, correct? That will be our next low. Let's go higher. Now we know there the market changed direction because you guys can see, like, let me show you quickly another example. Let me see that. There we go. Let's change the color. We change the color to black. There we go. They went high, and guess what happened? The market still go up? No, it's changed direction, down. Went up, the market changed. There the market changed direction, went up. Went down, the market changed direction, went up. Correct? You guys see that pattern? I'm taking where the market turned around, correct? And then let's have a look there. The market went up. Sometimes it won't just be so pretty, and guess what? The market has changed direction, went down. The market went up. changed direction, went down. Market went up, changed direction, and went down. But this, I can go on and on all day about change direction the whole time. But you guys get the concept, correct? I want to point to the market change direction. Do you see how the market changed direction there? Do you see how the market changed direction? Let me just get my pointer. Do you see how the market changed direction? I want the turnarounds. I'll let you want the turnaround to the market change direction, and there we get the turnarounds, correct? The market had turnaround there, correct? Sorry if it's getting a little darker. Do apologize about that. But the market has changed direction. Now we want all the high points and low points of the market change direction, correct? There we have another point, possibility. Let's take that one first. That one, and let's just take that one. The market has changed direction there, and the market has changed direction there. Okay, let's just delete that one. And that one, let's quickly delete that one. Now so far I have 1, 2. Okay, let's quickly have to delete everything. Okay, I'm gonna leave the rest there, correct? I'm gonna leave the rest there. Now we know the high points and low points. High, 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 low, low, low. Now let's put our trend line, correct? Let's put our trend line. Now we need to fit our trend line. We need to see, okay, where does our trend line look more nice and beautiful? Like where in general does it look like it belongs there, correct? Like where it looks very nice, correct? Now we have to take that point, that point, that point. Okay, we could do it again. That point, and let's have a look like this. There we go. There we go. Then we're going to take that point and that point. Okay, you see the market file. We do it now. We'll just wait just a moment. Just trying to get everything inside. Okay. Now we identified, you can see the market file short there. Let's do it like that if you really want to. See the market file short there. Let's just have it like that. We identify the high points and low points, correct? There's the high points, and that one file a little bit short, correct? And there's the low points, correct? Now we identified it. You're saying this is just simple as identifying the high points and low points, correct? And guys can also see now, like for example, we broke out the trend, now we're getting rejected once again, correct? But now we identified the low points and high points, and you guys see how simple is it to identify the low points and high points and low points. Not so complicated. We identify the high points and low points, then we draw a trend, and then what we can do is, correct, because now we need to play around with it. We identify the thing. Now we have to draw a line. We have to see which one fits in the most, which one's more pretty here, okay, more beautiful, whatever. Now we have to play around with it. Now we have to see, okay, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Which one looks like it belongs there, like it's made to be there, correct? Now we have to play. Do you maybe want to like that? You may want to like that. Now you have to play around it. Even like that looks beautiful. We have 1, 2, 3. Even like that, correct? You want more tighter. Now it's up to you to see how you want it, correct? Which one looks more natural, correct? Which one looks more natural? Now we have to see, correct? I like it even like that. This is how beautiful natural it looks, correct? Now it's up to you to identify how exactly do you want it. See, now we identified the high point. Now you just have to fine tune it, just adjust it. Where do you want it more or less? Where do you want it? Then you have to look at all the heats, correct? Now I'll take it right around there. Personally me, I'll take it right around there. Then I'll take my highs, then I'll do it there. Let's have a look there. You can take it like that. You see how I did it? 1, 2, 3. But let's take it to the highs. I'll take my one there, correct? Then if you really want, you can put another line across there. You say the chart is not the most prettiest chart, but the concept you guys understand, correct? And now we just know breakout pattern, the structure has just broken there. But you guys see how now that's how you identify. Very easy, very simple, okay? Let's just do one more quick. Let's do one more. Let's go cleaning, I don't know what's in the past. Let's just go look for a chart, a trend line, the diagonal trend line. Let's have a look. There is a lot, but I don't want to show you guys because it's not so pretty, correct? I just want to get a decent one. Let's try that one. Is it gonna pop? No, it's not gonna pop. Let's try to get a decent one. Let's take that one. Is it gonna give me a nice one? That one's not so nice, correct? But you guys can understand the concept. There's another one, correct? High points, turn around, low point. But let's get one more. I want to get a nice one for you guys. You guys deserve decent, nice ones. Let's just look for one more. Let's just quickly look for one more. Is that one a nice one? That one just broke out there, but you can see the structure is nice. Let's have a look for one more. But yes, guys, when it comes to horizontal and diagonal, the rule stays the same. The only difference is one's walking like that and other one's like that. You understand? One's diagonal, one's horizontal. Do you understand? That doesn't change. There's one. No, there's one. Come on, let's get a nice one. Wait, that one's quite nice. Let's do that one. That's actually pretty. Ooh, that one's such a pretty one. Have a look at that one. Wait, let me put it there. Look, all that heat is. Oh my goodness, so consistent. I love it. Okay, now let's quickly. Now you probably saw how I did it, but let's quickly identify the thing. Correct. Now let's quickly take our lines again. Correct. Take a line. Went up. Change of direction. Went down. Change of direction. Went up. Change of direction. Went down. Change of direction. Went up. Yeah, and I can go the whole time on. I can go the whole time up. Up. Change of direction. Change of direction. Change of direction. Change of direction. I'm going to do it a lot. Correct. Change of direction. Correct. That's actually a very pretty one, correct? Now we know, correct? Let me quickly do that one quickly for you guys. High, low, and high, correct? Let's quickly do that one. Now we already know every time we change direction, we put high. Change of direction. Change of direction. Now we're looking at that. We're not looking at the whole structure, we're looking at the small to move. We're going to change of direction. Not that you so much, okay, guys can see a dip, but the concept is still there, the high points, correct? Change of direction. Sometimes you won't get all of them in, but just to give you a floor to work on, your base level. Then from there you can start putting your trend line. You have to identify the high points, identify the high low points. Then you guys can come and put your trend line, because just must first identify the low points and high points. But let's quickly have a look there. We have low points, low points and low points. Okay, let me just do that one. Low point. See, now we're identifying the low point. There's one low point, there's one low point, there's one low point. Then we identify the turnaround, correct? There's multiple low points in that specific chart, correct? There's a low point, there are low points, there's a low point, correct? And there's a high point, correct? There's a high point. Understanding that we identify the low points and high points, correct? Now we can take our chart and show it across, correct? Let's quickly do our chart. Not chart, sorry, excuse me guys. Our trend line, correct? Now let's just quickly put our trend line across. Let's make it more now. Now we have to adjust. Now we understand the low points and high points. Let's adjust. Let's adjust it. Did you see, guys? You see how beautiful did you just pull that trend line? Diagonal trend line. Support and resistance trend line, correct? Because you understood. Now we know that's resistance and that's support, correct? And guys, it's so simple. You guys see how simple to do it, correct? Just identify the high points and low points. And guys, basically it's very simple, correct? It's very simple. You just identify the high and low points. And guys, basically I can't make it more simple than that. But info guys, that's all I want to say. But basically guys, have a lovely day further and I'm out.